with our first in the list of the top 8. We have candidate number 12. Hello, candidate number 12. How are you tonight?
Hi, good evening.
Nice, nice. Okay. As I've told you earlier, you'll be drawing a question in this bowl, but I have just one question first. Will it be okay?
Yes, no worries.
Since you're from Cebu City, is this your first time here in Digos City?
No, it's my twice already.
Oh, this is...
Time. It's my second time actually.
Okay, since this is your second time, what have you learned so far knowing Digos City, being here in Digos City? What have you learned so far in Digos City? Being here, like, this is your second time. Have you learned something? Have you, gained experience from Digos City? Well, Digos City is different. What can you say about Digos City?
For sure, definitely. This is a very different city away from my home. And then it is actually my first time to know that Digos City is a city of change. Right? Choice. And because before that, it was never a city of choice, right? And then they just come up with that slogan or whatsoever you call that one, city of choice. And then I was thinking, why it was called city of choice? So up until now, I'm still thinking and still, trying to see through what really is the depth, the real definition of that tagline.
Thank you so much, candidate number 12. Okay, now this time, we'll have your question.
Sure.
Okay,
No
candidate number 12, please do pick your question. Candidate number 12, here is your question. What do you think makes a more meaningful existence as a transgender person? Quantity of life or quality of life? Again, what do you think makes a more meaningful existence as a transgender person? Is it quality of life or quantity of life?
Thank you so much. That is a very, very interesting question. And we were only given 90 seconds. So I would tell you the truth that the meaningful life of a transgender should always be with the quality of life. Because the quality of life, depends on what you really are doing in your existence. What really a transgender woman is, and what can you really contribute to the society in our community, the LGBTQIA. Thus, I would rather say that, the quality of life of a trans woman is more meaningful than the quantity. Because as what we knew that quality over quantity. And with everything that we goes on with our daily lives, we need to serve our life meaningful. You'd have to be a role model. And that is the meaningful existence of life with quality over quantity. Thank you.
Thank you so much. There you have it. Candidate number 12. Candidate number 12 is from Quezon City. Candidate number 12 is from Cebu City. Shane Lee Ann. We'll move on right away to our next candidate who made it to the top 8. And she is candidate number 8. Please move forward, candidate number 8. Our candidate number 8 is from Taguig City, Patricia Payomo. Hi, good evening, Patricia.
How
You
are
look so beautiful tonight.
Thank you so much.
I'm doing good. I believe you also feel good, right? Being part of the top 8. Top 8, yes.
Yes, thank you so much, people of Digos. This is my first time here in Davao City, and I feel all the love and the warmth of each and every supporter that I have here. Thank you very much for accepting me once again in the pageant community.
Nice. Very nice, Patricia. Now, since this is your first time here in Digos City, if there's a word that will describe Digos City, what word will it be?
Less is more. Simple. The simplicity of life here compared to where I live in Taguig, as you know, is filled with skyscrapers. It's always busy. It's always loud and noisy. Here, I get the time off not only I'm here for a pageant stint, obviously, but it's also a refresher for me to find my, the center of my being and just recharge and find my core as to who I really am, because I'm an introverted person.
Oh, I see. So it should set yourself for the question.
Thank you.
Okay, now get your question. Candidate number 8. So candidate number 8, here is your question. Which do you think is more relevant in the Philippine society? A transgender person changing a society, or a society changing a transgender person? Again, which do you think is more relevant in the Philippine society? A transgender person changing a society, or a society changing a transgender person?
You know what? Regardless of the situation, if a trans person is changed by the society, or the society changes a person, regardless of who you are, whether you're a heterosexual man or a woman, or you're part of the rainbow community, it doesn't matter, because Digos is a city of choice, and it is our choice to do what we want to do with our lives. So my only advice is that you always have to be wise about the choices that you make, because at the end of the day, whatever you choose, it should be for the betterment of the quality of your life and for the others around you. Thank you.
Thank you so much, candidate number 8. There you have it, candidate number 8, Patricia Payumo from Taguig City. Now move forward. Candidate number 10. Our candidate number 10 is from Quezon City, Casey Bakulan. Hello, Casey.
Hello.
How are you tonight?
Really nervous.
Oh, I see. Is this your first time experiencing the place, the people in Digos City?
Well, yes, because this is my first time technically here in Mindanao and
I
here
see.
in Digos City.
And how do you find the place so far?
As my best friend said earlier, very simple. I came from Quezon City, which is the seat of entertainment industry and media. As my best friend told her or said earlier, it's very loud there. But here, it's very simple. And it's kind of calming. And, it's going to be a perfect place for us to refresh our minds and our body.
Do you see? You're nervous at that. Okay, candidate number 10. Please pick your question. Now let me read your question. Here it is. In your opinion, will our conservative country ever be able to achieve transgender equality in the near future? Why yes or no? Again, in your opinion, will our conservative country ever be able to achieve transgender equality in the near future? Why yes or no?
Thank you so much. Being conservative doesn't really mean being not accepting. And to answer that question, definitely yes. In this conservative country, I can foresee that in the coming days from now or years, transgender people will achieve equality. Ladies and gentlemen, the word conservative most often misinterpreted by people. But please don't get confused. We are all human beings. And conservative term doesn't really stop you from thinking the right way. And accepting LGBT people and different walks of life is actually one thing of thinking right and doing right. So there, definitely one thing is for sure. In coming years, LGBT people, not just transgender, will achieve equality. I have hopes in humanity. Thank you.
Thank you so much, candidate number 10. Candidate number 10 from Quezon City. And so, we'll move on to candidate number 9. Candidate number 9 is from Liloan, Cebu. Maria Carla Buscano.
Hi.
Hi, Carla. You're from Liloan, Cebu, and that's
That is
near
correct.
Danao, Cebu, right?
Yeah, it's next to Consolacion in Compostela, in Danao City.
I see. So since you're from Cebu, I suppose you know how to, use the dial Bisaya.
Exactly, yeah, I know.
And you understand our theme in this year's celebration. Our theme this year is Sinag Ng Digos. When you say Sadya, what do you have in mind?
What I have in mind is enjoy. Enjoy life to the fullest because we never know when will be our last in this world. Just always put a smile on your face no matter what because, the smile on your face could inspire other people.
Okay, very nice. Now let's move on to your question. Please pick your question, candidate number 9. Oh, here is your question. What does it mean to be transgender in the year 2023? Again, what does it mean to be transgender in the year 2023?
Transgender in year 2023 is more accepting. Living in a very conservative society, we cannot live a day without judging others, especially with your gender identity. And I hope that one day we'll be able to open our minds for us, the LGBTQ plus community. I am a person who always looks at the glass half full instead of half empty. I do not showcase hate to those who all hate us, but I always showcase the love and respect because all of us deserve all of that. I may not be the most beautiful transgender in the world, but I will showcase loved, respect, and gain my own identity. And that makes me a very happy, accepting, and a fulfilled transgender in this world. Daghang salamat, Digos.
Thank you so much, candidate number 9. There you have it, our first 4 in the top 8 for this portion. And this time, let me give you my partner to interview the rest of our top 8 candidates.
Of course, with limited time, we begin with candidate number 3, Province.
Hello, ma'am.
Hi, good evening.
Good evening po. And good evening to the people of Digos.
All right. With your precious smile, would you like to... okay, it's not that you have fans over here. We would like to know how you find Digos since you are from Tarlac Province.
Yes, I am from Luzon, so I find Digos truly accepting because they have such pageants like as this one. And backstage, I do experience lots of members of the LGBT as well as the heterosexual straight that have been supporting us, asking us for photos. That simply means that they support our rainbow community. So Digos is very accepting and loving of gays, lesbians, transgenders, and so on and so forth.
All right, and so let's try to see what's inside your head. Kindly pick a piece of paper. Hello, Kuya. I'll read it to you twice. Your question is, when does being a transgender become a liability and not an asset? Again, when does being a transgender become a liability and not an asset?
It becomes a liability and not an asset when you listen to those philosophunctionists around you. These are specific people that will bring you down and say that you are nothing, that will marginalize you based on your gender. If you would listen to them, then you will become a liability because you will not find your talents, your skills, and you will not find the true education that you deserve as a transgender woman. Let's always take in mind that being gay and part of the community, we are an asset because we are multifaceted. If you would look into our genders, you would know that we make everything brighter, just like Sinag Ng Digos. Kami ang nagpapaliwanag dahil kami ang nagpapasaya, nagtuturo at nagpapakita sa inyo that we are not just transgender women and part of the community of the LGBT. Instead, we are the best among the rest. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much. Candidate number 13, Yang La Victoria. Moving on, let's have candidate number 14. Christine Marie Coronel, all the way from Pampanga. Good evening, Christine.
Good evening, ma'am.
How do you feel?
I am nervous and I am hungry. How about you?
I'm also hungry as well.
Same.
Okay. Una siya kung pinakalit. Okay. Kasabot ka?
Actually, kasabot ko Bisaya, gamay, because from my mom is from Bohol.
Okay, that's good to hear. And so, how do you find Digos?
Well, I think Digos is a lioness. Why I said so? Because of a roaring economic growth. This land is very fruitful, brave, strong, and based on my experience here, I stay here for 3 days. I find Digos very wow.
All right. So there you go.
Thank you,
Very
Digos
well.
City,
All
for the
right.
warm welcome. Thank you so much.
All right, Christine, let's try to see what's inside your head. Kindly pick a piece of paper. And I read the question to you twice. Okay. Christine, your question is, does sexual orientation affect a person's way of life or in his dealings with other people? Why yes or no? Does sexual orientation affect a person's way of life or in his dealings with other people? Why yes or no?
I think no. Why? Because, ladies and gentlemen, knowing the fact that we're transgender discriminated by the biased people, they say that homosexual like me is pestilence. But behind those criticism, behind those discrimination of mocking of the biased people, still, we're standing in front of you to give joy and happiness. Ladies and gentlemen, it doesn't matter whether that you'll be a man, a woman, or a transgender or a bisexual, for as long that you are good citizen in this country, for as long as you are a good Filipino in this country, therefore, you can live your life to the fullest and make the most out of it. Ladies and gentlemen, sabi nga nila, kahit ano ang gawin mong kabutihan sa iyong kapwa, bilang isang bakla, pangit pa rin ang ibabato nila sa'yo. Kagaya ni Vice Ganda. Pag nalulungkot tayo, isa sa membro ng LGBT ang nagpapasaya sa atin. Nandyan si Vice Ganda, Arnel Ignacio, Alan Kay. Pero sa huli, ano pa rin ang kanilang natatanggap? Discrimination pa rin. Kapag sa espesyal na araw nyo, sino ang mga nagpapaganda sa inyo? Parte rin po ng LGBT. Andyan po si Ricky Reyes, Fanny Serrano. So let us accept one another because at the end of the day, we are all equal. Thank you.
There you have it. Candidate number 14, Christine Marie Coronel. All the way from Pampanga. 2 ladies left. Let's proceed with candidate number 3. Karen May Garcia from South Cotabato. Hello, Karen. Good evening.
Hello, ma'am. Good evening. And good evening all the people are watching right now here. Thank you so much. And also to the panel of judges.
All right. So you're from South Cotabato. Is this your first time here?
Yes, but I have a lot of friends here in Digos.
And how do you find Digos?
I love the people here. Very kind, very hospitable, but I am very hungry.
Okay, gigutom na yung tao na ito. Candidate number 3, well, let's not keep you hungry for tonight. Let's pick a piece of paper. Just relax. I'll read it to you twice. Your question is, to love and be loved as a transgender person, is it a right or a privilege? Again, to love and be loved as a transgender person, is it a right or a privilege?
Well, I go directly to the point. We all know that LGBT member here is not really accepted, but nor tolerated. I know that it's not privilege, but it's your heart. Because we all know that we are all people, we all have hearts, so we can in love, whether you're man, woman or LGBT member, then you can accept who she is, or she is a transgender or whatever. Because at the end of the day, we're not judged by our gender, but here, what we have done here on earth. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much, candidate number 3, Karen May Garcia from South Cotabato. Last lady on the list, candidate number 5, Samantha Shane Muller. You made it.
Yes, thank you so much. Thank you to the Board of Judges and to the people here in Digos City.
And how do you feel for tonight?
Actually, I feel so nervous and so happy that I'm back here in Digos City. Actually, I lived here before and studied here. So, Digos City is my second home away from home.
All right. And so let's try to see what's inside your head.
Should I open it for you?
Okay. Why not? Let's try to see. I think that's the last piece of paper.
Okay.
And that's meant for you. Relax. Thank you. Woo. Your question is, if society denies the existence of transgender people, how would you make yourself be seen and heard amidst this denial and negation? If society denies the existence of transgender people, how would you make yourself be seen and heard amidst this denial and negation?
To be completely honest, I have been joining beauty pageants since I was 16 years old and up to now. And the very reason why I joined, or one of the main reason why I joined beauty pageants is, of course, I would like to take the opportunity to use this platform to voice out and to give more information or knowledge about the people towards us, people within the LGBTQIA plus community. And for me to convince them that a pageant like this is not just pure beauty. It talks about the whole being of a trans woman, who she is, physically and what's inside her heart. Ladies and gentlemen, I would like to take this opportunity as well to convince everyone to support Soji, because supporting Soji is never a gay privilege, but rather it is an execution of basic human rights. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much. Our last candidate for this evening, candidate number 5 from Davao City, Samantha